And I want to know kind of first off how your view of it has maybe changed or anything over the last couple of weeks. First off, let's just talk about your impression of it as somebody who's been in HEX really since like the beginning.
Well, I think the whole bot thing really screwed with my head. I was like, I didn't even think about it as we were talking. You and I were talking about it, learning about it, and I didn't foresee. I guess when something's given away, people are always going to take advantage of it. I did not think about the validators doing their own transactions and essentially mining it for free. That never crossed my mind. And I don't think that it was really designed to pump in price. So there's a lot of I haven't read the white paper. That's my own fault. I haven't done a lot of that stuff. So my opinion is that it's gone to zero. The idea is to keep mining it, minting it for free, not buying it. Please don't put your money into it, for God's sakes. I don't think anybody should be doing that at this point.
Yeah,
because it's going to, for 8,000 days, I think it's going to continue to have this mint phase, right? Am I right there?
I believe so. Yeah.
Maybe
I forget how long the actual mint phase is.
It's like 8 years. I believe.
Yeah.
So not 8,000 days, but
yeah, about a little under 3,000 days. Yeah.
So I'm not sure the game theory. I'm not sure. I just haven't really cared enough. I don't think I just don't see any price potential for it. And there's going to be a ton of coins out there. So we'll see. Like I just don't. But I'm sure what you were talking about is the maybe the infighting between the Hexicans and the Zen folks,
the Zenians, the Xena warrior princesses,
Zenites, whatever.
Yeah. Xenophobes.
So I will give you my take on that. When the Bitcoin folks when HEX came out and the Bitcoin people said it's a scam. They probably said that about everything, and they were right 95, 97% of the time. So they're just used to it. I don't know that they have anything really against HEX. Maybe they didn't like Richard because he used to be a Bitcoin maxi. So there's that extra, big FU to him. But I think the Hexicans learned along the way that to get a good project, it takes something pretty special and a community that's pretty special. I also think they felt a little deceived by Jack. He kind of showed up into the community, started befriending people, was on a live stream with Richard, never once brought up this coin that he was about to do. And damn well he had it in his plans. You don't just come up with something in 3 weeks and launch it. It's not. So I feel that there was a little bit of betrayal maybe in that sense. That's why there are people that are very angry about the way he did it, because he did befriend a lot of the HEX community. They thought, hey, here's this pretty cool, smart guy who's now part of our community, and then come to find out that he's going to launch something else on his own. And I think that's where a lot of the angst comes from. So them saying that this is a scam, you did make a comment on one of your videos that say, well, of course they're going to say that to pump their bags. But I think once you realize what HEX is and how truly special it is, it's not about pumping their own bags, though. It's about trying to get people into the right thing that we know is not going to wreck them. I think there's more that than the selfishness of saying, well, yeah, I just want to pump my own bags. So that's kind of where I stand on it. I just feel that there was a little bit of betrayal, and I think he did it kind of the wrong way. If he had come in and said, hey, I really like what you guys are doing here. By the way, I'm going to launch something too. But he didn't come out and say that ever until it was after the fact. And,
Yeah.
I think that possibly could have been done a little bit better. That's all.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah. And I definitely do get your point of view. I think what helps with the way that you're describing it is you're being really diplomatic and thoughtful in your response to it. Well, I guess
I've got
when I
nothing. Yeah, I have no reason to be anything other than that. That's
yeah.
kind of how I handle, even on Twitter. I'm not one of those people to jump into a fight and get pick sides, and I stay away from that nonsense. You know that. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. We've worked together before. I'm not one to do stuff like that. It doesn't do anybody any good. So sorry I cut you off there, but that's just.
No, just I think like the tendency for me to say some of that stuff in the videos that I made was more in response to the people that are being way more abrasive about it. And just, if you like you and I talked about this, if you hate it so much, or you think that it is going to wreck people, or you don't want people to get into it, why would you be covering it day in and
Oh, I
day
know.
out? And I'm sure people are saying that. I'm sure other Hex people that have better intentions are saying that. When
Yeah.
you're tweeting about it incessantly every day and you're making videos on it, like what I think about Zen crypto now, I changed my mind. It's like,
Yep.
why are you covering it? Obviously, your intent is more to get clicks, which, hey, I respect that. I mean, I do that too. I think everybody wants to do that. But don't say out of one side of your mouth that you don't want people getting into the wrong thing, and then you're covering it constantly.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Yeah.
Yep. It's a terrible model to try and keep people away from it, because there are degenerates out there that no matter what you say about it, how bad it is, they're going to go look at it. It's going to
Mhm.
get eyes on it. If you don't want people to get into things like that, you just don't talk about it.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
that's the best way. If it's not coming from you, then you can honestly say, "I never said about it on stream."
Right.
I, I'll flat out say I don't recommend anybody spend money. If you want to mint, whatever, do whatever you want to do. The choice is ultimately yours. Um, but I wouldn't go on an exchange and buy it right now at this point, because you're going to have several years of sell pressure from people that are minting it for free and going to take advantage of that. They're going to pull as much liquidity out as they can. So
I think what you're saying right there is what's really missing. And some of the people that are frustrated by some of the people in the Hex community that think that it's cult like and stuff like that, or the people that are acting cult like, are the ones that are, again, not approaching it with this like kind of diplomatic nature like you are. Like you just said right there, hey, I mean, and I agree with you. I don't think anybody should be flat out buying it on the market right now. It just, to me, I don't get that. But you just said, if you want to mint some for a gas fee here and there, okay. Well, there are people that, you know, that is so damaging. You can't be saying things like that. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I mean, we talk about like all the censorship battles and stuff like that we have throughout the world right now, and just some of the, no, it's what it is, the censorship battles. I mean, it's crazy what we're seeing right now. People being silenced for not agreeing with the masses. And it's funny to me because the people that are acting this way are in crypto. Like they're not woke. You know what I mean? Like they're not of the subculture that you would think would be silencing people, and some of them are acting like that. I'm not, this is not the majority, but some of them are acting that way. Is it like you can't talk about it? And it's like, okay, well, what's all this free speech and everything that you guys were talking about before?
Yep. No, I agree. I agree completely.
Yeah.